Two types of leadership. So there may be more, but these are the two that I have found prevalent in any examples of leaders that I've ever come across in my life so far. The first one is the positional leader. The second is a change maker. The two are valid points of leadership. Both are recognizable. That's why I can say that, like, you have seen a positional leader before, you have seen a change maker before. There's a possibility that you have actually seen both of them today. Here are my distinction. One is conferred by title. The other is earned through interactions. One is fueled by determination. The other is fueled by ingenuity. One is birthed by power. The other confers authority. One prevents opposition. The other provides association. These two leadership are very, very interesting to me, and I think it's worth talking about. And I hope that by this conversation, you will sit down and think about which one you are or which one you want to be. Okay? So, how to be either both or one of the leaders, the types of leaders that I've just said. So, the first one, positional leader, this one seeks title. So, how do they seek title? Now, you would get when I said you have seen one today. Career certifications. You probably have never thought about that. But why do we take some of the certification courses and all that we do? Some people even go after some courses just so that they can get the title. There is endorsements. You think more of endorsements with public figures. So they seek, the key is they seek the title. So if you say that I'm an ambassador for this, just mention a big brand name. Awards. Why do you want the award? The title. Lotteries into a particular sector or platform that allows you to get what other people may do much more work for than you. What about ID cards? So some people actually fight hard to get some certain ID cards. Affiliations. So some people try very hard just to know somebody, or let me say, to be called with somebody, to be defined with somebody. Have you met people that, you guys just have a conversation, within 1 minute they are dropping names? Oh, I know his dad. Oh, I've had conversations with people like that before. Everybody you mentioned, they know them. It's boring. Well, for me, why do we do that? Because we want to be at the front. We want to be at the front of that conversation. We want to get the attention. We want everything to. Then this one will burst your mind. Franchise. See, I think I kind of covered every aspect. Now, franchise, like a business. Why do we do that? So these are all of these things I'm talking about. There's a key word here. Don't forget, seek. Seeking titles do that because they don't even have the content. They don't have the ability to carry on the quality, which is exactly how positional leadership works. So people don't necessarily need to like you. They don't even need to respect you. They don't need to fear you. But just because of your position. Now, with what I have said, can you think about any positional leader you have met today? You don't need to be qualified to be a positional leader. You just need to be determined. Popularity is not required. Just get power and be able to resist opposition. That's it. Think again. You know some positional leaders, don't you? And it's possible that you are. So don't crucify yourself yet, in case you don't like some of the things I'm saying. And don't clap for yourself yet, in case I seem to be saying the kind of things that you actually want or like to be. I just want you to see it, and I want you to have a conversation with yourself about yourself. The change maker, the one that is, I did not put a title to, I characterized as the change maker. So how to be the change maker? Be interactive. The first one, how to be a positional leader, seek titles. This one, and that one, I said the keyword is seek. This one, be. Be interactive. So how can you be interactive? Self-awareness. Are you self-aware? Do you know yourself? How much of yourself do you know? So self-awareness is the beginning of interaction, really. Is impossible because if we think about interaction, you'll think about the opposite, the other person, like somebody else. So it also includes opposite sex and all that. So how do you want to relate with people when you don't know yourself? But really, from there, you can think about marriage. The first conversation you should be having with yourself before you even think about getting married is to even know who you are. If you don't know who you are, don't even get started. Because there's going to be a lot of evolutions happening after you are married, after you are joined to another human being. So you want to know yourself. You guys both want to have a starting point. Not that you start, because whatever point you are in, you're still going to evolve. So can you just reduce any form of opportunity for confusion by getting to know yourself? Getting to know yourself also helps you to make the right choice. Is where interaction begins. Interaction doesn't start with when you meet somebody else, when you start talking. Interaction will start with you. And then that leads to character development. Character development. I was thinking when I was writing my notes that, character development, shouldn't you just have character? You already have character, right? But there is a part of you also developing character, and that is, the last conversation was based on that. But let me just quickly say that I don't think you ever arrive at the place where it is all perfect. There's always something to learn. So you can be that person that is determined to keep on learning, to keep on improving, okay? And that's character development. Like, just you make mistake, you get up, you correct, you move on, and then learn another thing. Because who wants to be with people that have stinking character? I mean, even people that have stinking character don't want to be with people that have stinking character. How about that? So before you meet somebody, before you start interacting, these are the things that, a change maker will do. Then exchange of values. So when you get, this is a very good one. I like this one. I was at a conference recently and I put it to use. Let me just say that. I put it to use. People hear these things. Even some of us use it. When we want to get people to show up for some, say, there'll be networking. And people like that word a lot. They use it a lot. Networking. What is networking? What is really networking? So do you get to the party, start saying, hello, my name is David-Olurinde. What? How many of such people would you remember? If there were 1,000 people there and everybody came for that networking and all of them wanted to meet you and introduce them, you to think about it now. How many will you remember? There's got to be an exchange of values. Exchange of value. And so this is not just for conferences. Wherever you are found, what value are you giving? And if you're standing in a place or you belong to a place where you are not getting any value, I always say this: move. They don't tie your leg there. Move. Not by sentiment, but if you can still identify the value that you're getting and is important to your purpose, then don't just be taking. Start giving. That's how to be a change maker. Innovations. Change makers are innovators. They are innovators. They come up with solutions. They ideate, on the exit of problems of generations. How do we get out of this? Why do we have these issues? Why can't we do better? What do we need to do? They are innovators. And just before you start saying, I'm not a change maker because I don't even like ideating or thinking, I just like to, do you know that you can also be a contributor? You are very much as valid as innovators. Innovators need contributors. So, in case you've discovered that, it's not just for you, you like to work at something that someone else is doing, you are fantastic and you are very, very important. I had a conversation with myself earlier today while watching some videos of some certain men that, I admire. And it got me thinking about this number two. I don't know who sold it to us, but the idea that everybody have got to be number one sometimes can be misleading, because nothing is wrong with number two. Second born go and kill themselves. No. We talk about Joshua, but go and read the story. Caleb was valiant. Now, Caleb may not be the king, may not be the lead, but if not for Caleb, maybe we wouldn't have Joshua. Innovators need contributors, and we need all of them. As a nation, as a continent, we need all of them. We need you. And the purpose of this conversation is to find you and then be able to, make the necessary move. Praying that you're equipped with what you need to make the necessary moves concerning those visions that God has planted in you for us. Thank you very much. So now, finally, let me talk about qualifications. Yes. Earlier, I said the positional leader doesn't need to be qualified. So you can get certification and not be qualified. And you can be qualified and not have certificates. The part about qualification is that you deserve this by all means. Now, it can be through your skill. It can be that you have the talent. You can be qualified to do some certain things. What does qualification mean? It means that you have the quality that is required to lead me to the last one, expertise. So if you even follow these steps, from being self-aware to developing character to exchanging values to being an innovator, a contributor, and then you get qualified by the fact that I said earlier, it means that you have the quality for some certain things. Your ingenuity is loud and commands authority, even when you don't have titles, even when you don't have the power. The ingenuity speaks loud. It can be so loud that you even have influence with people in power. You draw up alliances instead of opposition. So when some people are trying to prevent opposition, even your enemy wants to be your friend. That's where a change maker is. There are some people you just can't turn back. You just can't say no. You may not even like themselves, but you just know that, you have to work with this person. Yeah. Yes. So you remember when I said we have met some of them. So they are not necessarily, not like the person particularly have a particular title or something, but you just know that if you want something done, you have to meet with this person. You need this person. Sometimes you may not even need the person immediately. They are the kind of people you want to keep around because you know that this person can open doors. So a change maker, find alliances growing up to him. So in conclusion, both 1 and 2 types of leadership is valid, but the impact transcends time. The impact of number 2 transcends time, tenures. Can you remember? There's a particular president that have been in this country. There has been several tenures of presidents, and this guy's name still open doors. A change maker will still be effective leader even without a title. A positional leader, that's somebody that is titled, will be hindered without influence. Now, on the career path, you might have all your titles, the certification and all that, but if you don't have the contents of the certificates that you have gone for, you'll be hindered because there are things you will never be able to do. You can only just run it for so far. You can't last. People will know. I don't have time to start going into real examples that I've seen, but you know yourself. So that's how influence is. The things that you have learned, the things that you are certified for, is better that you actually know it. I've seen so many people, they just bag, collect courses, do online courses, carry certificate. I mean, it's good. I understand. The terrain maybe of your career may require it, but if you keep on piling and you are not useful in any one of them, so it's not bad that you are positional. We need it. Sometimes we just need it. I'm an entrepreneur. I have different offices that there's no way. Sometimes, in fact, I started with not even getting trained people. So some people are just placed in some certain positions just to function. So I'm not saying, please, I don't want you to think like that, like maybe it's bad. I want you to see how these types of leadership can be used. I want you to identify who you are. I want to identify the one that is suitable for your purpose. But of course, I have a bias. Influence is the secret weapon of a change maker. I know you have a great vision. You valiantly want to cause positive change. So my bias will be that you lead by influence. Choose to be a change maker. A change maker that now have position. Wow. That's the bazooka of victory, of success. Do you understand me? But a positional leader that is not a change maker, well, for so long, you will reign. But we can really use impact that transcends time. We can use impact that goes further than even what you can see or imagine. And this influence that I'm talking about can cause impact in different aspects of life, just as I've explained earlier. So even if you get the title of a franchise, can you do something worthy of that title? That even the owner of the franchise doesn't ever want your business to shut down because you are making name for them. Think like that.